This is KLST, Channel 8, San Angelo.
Looking good together, looking good.
The News Tab 32 update, keeping tab on Abilene and the Big Country, with Bob Bartlett, Bill Cheney, and David Bacon.
But the idea of acknowledging the academic accomplishment.
This is the News Tab 32 update, keeping tab on Abilene and the Big Country, with Bob Bartlett, Bill Cheney with weather, and David Bacon on sports.
Well, I thought it was going to blow up, and I was trying to just get away.
From KTAB-TV Abilene, this is News Tab, the most watched newscast in Abilene and KTAB countries, with Frank Keeler, Fran Atkins, and Damon Brown.
KTAB, keeping tab on Abilene and the Big Country. This is News Tab, with Bob Bartlett, Diane Dobson, Bill Cheney, and David Bacon. News Tab is the most watched news team in Abilene and the Big Country.
There was a farmer driving down the road, the county road, on a tractor.
News Tab is the most watched news team in Abilene and the Big Country. This is the News Tab update with Bob Bartlett, Diane Dodson, Bill Cheney, and David Bacon.
And what I don't want to see is drop back in.
It's 10 o'clock. Do you know where your children are? Keeping tab on Abilene and the Big Country. This is the News Tab update with Bob Bartlett and Lauren Halifax. Weather with meteorologist Byron Weber and David Bacon on sports. News Tab is the most watched news team in Abilene and the Big Country.
The standoff in Montana is different from the one that took place at Ruby.
Live from the news leader of West Texas. News, weather, and community affairs with Bob Coob, Mike Daniels, and Pat Atterbury. This is West Texas at 5.
Good afternoon, everyone. Glad you can be with us today. A beautiful day.
Live from the news leader of West Texas. News with Chris Walthall and Elizabeth Wiggins. Weather with Mike Daniels. And sports with Trace Hood. This is KLST News at 10.
Good evening. Nice to have you with us on this Thursday. The UN Security Council has voted to keep UN forces in Somalia.
Live from KLST, a Concho Valley tradition. This is News 8 Live Weekend.
Good evening, everyone. DPS officers are investigating an overnight car accident.
KTAB News, top story.
Homes destroyed, lives lost, and the California wildfires are still burning. Good evening. Thank you for choosing KTAB News tonight. I'm Kristen Arnold.
And I'm Bob Bartlett. That story coming up, but first, breaking news tonight. Authorities in Stephen...
Live from the KTAB Broadcast Center in Abilene, this is KTAB News at 6 with Bob Bartlett, Fran Atkins, weather with Randy Turner, and David Bacon on sports.
From News 8, the Concho Valley's first choice for news, weather, and sports, this is Live at 10 with David Wagner, Carolyn McEnroe, Ray Green with weather, and Hector Ledesma with sports.
Well, good evening. Thanks for joining us tonight. A wedding ring lost.
Now, with coverage you can count on. Proud to be serving West Texas, Abilene, and the Big Country. You're watching KTAB News at 5.
Good afternoon. Thank you for choosing KTAB News at 5. I'm Catherine Lane. Angela is away. An Abilene judge has...
the first choice for news. Covering San Angelo and the Concho Valley, this is KLST.
Good evening. Thank you for joining us. Aaron Valenzuela is away tonight. The San Angelo chapter of the American Red Cross has doubled its volunteer.
Proud to serve Abilene in the big country with coverage you can count on. This is KTAB News Daybreak.
Good morning and welcome to KTAB.
Proud to serve Abilene in the big country with coverage you can count on. This is KTAB Noon Tab.
Good afternoon. Thank you for joining us for KTAB Noon Tab. I'm Ron Rousseau. Snyder Police have arrested.
Clued in, live and local. This is KTAB for you.
Good afternoon. I'm Joni McKinnon. Thank you for watching KTAB for you. Today is January the 12th, and we have a
Proud to serve Abilene and the big country with coverage you can count on. This is KTAB News at 5.
The winter weather is here, and as Sam says, it'll pack its punch. We check in to see what's being done to keep you safe.
Proud to serve Abilene in the big country with coverage you can count on. This is KTAB News at 6.
Some South Abilene residents are saying their neighborhood is becoming dangerous after a SWAT standoff.
Proud to serve Abilene in the big country with coverage you can count on. This is KTAB News at 10.
A cheerleader is recognized for going above and beyond expectations. We'll share her inspiring story.
Two Abilene men with big hearts meet one of the lives who they saved.
And this year's flu season.
This is KLST, your first choice for news.
Good evening. Thanks for joining us tonight. Michael is off. Debris was still small.
Now, with coverage you can count on. This is KTAB News Daybreak.
Good Monday morning and welcome to KTAB Daybreak. I'm Kathleen Barkley. Ron is away today. Topping our
with coverage you can count on. This is KTAB News at 10.
Good evening, and thank you for choosing KTAB News tonight. And we want to...
With coverage you can count on. This is KTAB News Weekend.
Good evening, I'm Nathan Grieve. Well, lots of phone calls,
Right now, your home for good news and great mornings. This is KTAB Mornings.
Good morning, and thanks for joining us on this Thursday morning. It's October 14th. I'm Ron Rousseau.
It's great to be with you this morning. I'm Maxine Ridling. We've got a full show for you.
Right now, coverage you can count on. This is KTAB News at 10.
Good evening. Thank you for choosing KTAB News, coverage you can count on. I'm Stacy Lopez. Bob is away this evening. Let's get right to our top.
Right now, coverage you can count on. This is KTAB News at 5.
Good
Now with local news first. You're watching KLST News at Noon.
Welcome to News at Noon. I'm Kristen Strakalaitis, a former San Angelo teacher.
You're watching KLST, local news first, with Kristen Strakalaitis and meteorologist Keith Bradberg. This is KLST News at Noon.
Welcome back. I am joined with Scott Fanatico.
Now with local news first, you're watching KLST News at 5.
Coming up on KLST News at 5, because of coronavirus this year, San Angelo Stock Show.
You're watching KLST Local News First with Carolyn McEnroe, Greg Kerr, and Chief Meteorologist Jay Martin. This is KLST News at 5.
Welcome back. Charlotte Anderson with Keep San Angelo.
Local News First. You're watching KLST News at 6.
Coming up on KLST News at 6, this year's San Angelo Stock Show will not be open to visit.
You're watching KLST Local News First with Carolyn McEnroe, Greg Kerr, Chief Meteorologist Jay Martin, and Matt Locke with sports. This is KLST News at 6.
President Biden is trying to gain support.
Now with local news first. You're watching KLST News at 10.
Coming up on KLST News at 10, this year's San Angelo Stock Show officially...
Watching KLST Local News First with Carolyn McEnroe, Greg Kerr, Chief Meteorologist Jay Martin, and Matt Locke with sports. This is KLST News at 10.
Tonight, 2 veteran FBI agents are being remembered.
Now with Local News First, you're watching KLST Weekend News.
Coming up on KLST Weekend News at 10, we have the daily COVID testing.
Watching KLST Local News First with Victor Glenn, meteorologist Chris Boone, and Ryan Reynolds with sports. This is KLST Weekend News.
In Indiana, a 17-year-old Indianapolis.
Today's business moving to weekday mornings at 6:30.
This is KLST, Channel 8, San Angelo.